Hi friends, I hope you're having a great day. Today we're going to be studying through Psalm 3. If you have your Bible, go ahead and open it up so you can follow along. But I'm going to go ahead and read this as we open up, and then we will go back and work our way through it a little bit slower. The Lord has how my foes have increased. There are many who attack me. Many say about me, there is no help from him in God. Selah. But you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, and the one who lifts my head. I cry aloud to the Lord, and he answers me from his holy mountain. Selah. I lie down and sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. I will not be afraid of thousands of people who have taken their stand against me on every side. Rise up, Lord. Save me, my God. You strike all my enemies on the cheek. You break the teeth of the wicked. Salvation belongs to the Lord. May your blessings be on your people. Selah. The setting in which David writes this psalm is very important. It is much easier to worship and to say we believe and trust in the promises of God on the good days. But what about the days that are not so good? What about the days that your world gets flipped upside down? What then? These are the days when our faith is tested. The setting for this takes place in 2 Samuel chapters 15 through 17. Go back and read it. David is fleeing for his life, running from his son Absalom. It is during this time that David writes Psalm 3. So now let's go back and walk through this psalm with this in mind. In verses 1 and 2, David talks about those who have come against him. Many say there is no help for him in God. Selah. Selah is a word whose meaning is not exactly known. It is generally believed to be a musical term written for those who would be leading the music. Psalms are songs that were sung, so they have musical notes. Selah is a word that is one of those notes. It is a note for the people to stop singing and the music to continue playing. The Septuagint, the Hebrew Old Testament that was translated into Greek, seems to know and understand the meaning of Selah. It is a time of reflection. I find it purposeful that after this statement, there is no help for him from God, David stops and reflects. There are times we need to stop and reflect as well. There are times like this when we might wonder where God is, or we might hear voices that tell us that God doesn't care. Selah. Stop and reflect. Ask and think, is this true? The answer is no. In verse 3, David begins with, but you, Lord, and Lord is in all caps, referring to God's personal name, Jehovah, the covenant-keeping God. David starts first with this attribute of God. He will not fail. He will keep every promise he has made. It is this unshakable truth that has steadied my heart time and time again. David reminds himself of who God is, and then Selah once again. He stops and reflects on who God is. He takes the wrong thoughts captive and replaces it with truth. In Philippians 4:8, we are told Whatever is true, honorable, just, pure, lovely, commendable, anything worthy of praise, think on these things. Notice what David does next. He sleeps. He is running for his life from his son, and now he sleeps. This is a picture of God's peace that surpasses understanding. I've had times where I've felt this peace, days when my world has flipped upside down and times of being broken, but there is this peace that makes no sense, and it is God's peace as he draws near to me in these moments. David ends with, salvation belongs to the Lord. May your blessings be on your people. Selah. He knows that his salvation will come from the Lord and the Lord alone. And because he trusts in God, he now sleeps in a restful, peaceful sleep as he rests in God's strength. And God brings him peace even in the midst of this situation.